Dead by Daylight is incredibly frustrating for newer players due to the lack of information given in the tutorial and the fact that skill is in the experience and not the knowledge. The only way you're going to learn how to play this game is if you watch YouTube and Twitch, and that should not be the case. At least when you play Survivor, what you learn for Dwight will be the same for Sable, but when you play Killer, that's not the case. What you learn for Trapper will not be the same for Nurse. What you learn for Nurse will not be the same as for Huntress. You're kind of building yourself from the ground up every single time you pick up a new killer. So how long does it really take to learn a new killer? Does it take 5 hours, 10 hours, 15 hours, more? I will be testing exactly that by spending the next 10 hours playing DBD's newest killer, Springtrap. But to make it a little bit more challenging than just that, I've set a few goals for myself that I want to finish before the 10-hour mark is up. Those goals are: number 1, get the Adept achievement. Number 2, get the Jump Scare achievement, where we have to interrupt survivors 15 times watching the security cameras. Number 3, get the None the Wiser achievement. Here we have to hit 5 oblivious survivors. And last but not least, number 4, get a negative comment on my profile. This last one is just a joke. If I wanted to spread negativity, I would do it on Twitter. Come on. For our first game on, I've decided that I want to use his own perks, the animatronic's own perks, because I want to see how they work with him. Phantom Fear is the first perk. When a survivor within your tear radius looks at you, they scream and you see their aura for 2 seconds. This perk has a 60-second cooldown. A very long cooldown. Goddamn. Haywire. Extigate witches with at least 80% progress regresses at a rate of 100% of gate opening speed.
Whatever that means.
Help wanted. When you damage a generator, it becomes compromised. Only one generator can be compromised at a time. When the compromised generator is completed, your successful basic attack cooldowns are 25% faster for 60 seconds. Also, while we're waiting for a game, can we just talk about how annoying it is that we're not getting Foxy? I mean, I know why they're not being added, but it's like there's a million ways around the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's now wanting the kids to kill people. Like, what? They could do a thing like they did with Spirit, where the kids think that the survivors are Springtrap and they want to get him. Like, what? Okay, so we just got into a game. It was about like a 10-minute wait, I think. I'm a little nervous. I am gonna be honest. I played Springtrap a little bit in the PTB, maybe 2 or 3 games. He was a lot of fun, but I did end up not playing anymore because the queue times were so long. But he's kind of cute. He looks like a little puppy. I said this on my stream too, but he does look like my sister's dog. So, okay, she got that on her, which is how I know she's gonna vault. As you can see where she is. That's a little, like, I would say unfair. Oh, is that a cheater? Did I just encounter my first ever cheater, or is that like bugged? What? Was that bugged or was that a cheater? What the fuck? Oh, that I got. Okay. Okay, but where did the Sable go? Oh, it goes over. Okay. Okay, she took it off. As she should. Whoa. Well, ma'am. What in the world? Okay, so you have to kind of wait for it. I should check on Jens. She can just bring me to somebody. Okay, so this is me editing the video. I am aware that I'm holding the axe up for a long time and that I'm not hitting shots. I'm not even trying. I'm scared to try. It does get better. I stopped doing it at some point in the video. I think she might... Okay. She also... I wonder... Yeah, I can hit... Is that longer range than the PTB? I think maybe. Bitch, I'll just follow you right in there. Hello? Does he not know that? Fast forward until the end of the match, a lot of fucking nothing was happening. I ended up getting the Sable off of a gen, but I didn't realize that the Ace and the Meg were probably doubling on another one, so they did end up popping all the gens. I ended up injuring Sable, but unfortunately, she also had adrenaline, so I had to kind of stick to her if I wanted to kill at all. I wasn't gonna like remove myself from her and then just praying I found Ace or Meg. But the match ended with a 2k. I'm not really mad about that. It was my first game on. I made a lot of mistakes, and now looking at them, I probably would have done them a lot differently. Loading into a new game on the game. 3 medkits and 1 toolbox, I'm pretty sure. In this match, Bill and Yui went down pretty quickly. I think Bill was the newer player. Not so sure about Yui, but anyway, she went down quickly, so. But soon after the downs, the gen started popping quite quickly, and I was struggling to keep up, to be honest. Something. I'm not sure why Bill was trying to be a hero here and sacrifice himself for her Meg who hadn't been hooked once, and he was dead on hook, but he did, which meant that we were in a better position. They were 1 man down, which will work in my advantage because they have 2 gens left, they're close, and there are only 3 people to finish it now. Undetectable. God, are still regressing. Somebody is on this. I'm guessing someone's just like right down here. Yeah. I am gonna get her. Nice. Because I don't think she has any hooks, so it would be valuable for me to get her on a hook. Nice. Nice. I don't know how I hit that, but grab axe. There's 1 hook on her. I see Michaela right there. I'm gonna go straight for her. It also blocks the Meg from getting the save. Never mind. I'll just grab you, lady. I do think she's gonna try to go for the save though. So I'm gonna find a door. And then make my way back up. Yeah, she's not going for it. Okay, we'll be going right back down, trying to find... She might just be camping downstairs. This just came back here. Is she in one of the doors? I heard her. Ah, fuck. Okay, no achievement for me, fuck. Okay, new game, new opportunities. I am gonna try to use my doors a little bit more. Asteour to the rescue. I'm gonna stay the next 5 minutes of your life and just spoil this entire match. Spoiler number 1. Dwight was the only one I managed to kill. And spoiler number 2, I got the None the Wiser achievements. Nice. I got the achievement. Oh, wait. I got the achievement. The achievement. I got the goal. Okay, that's 1 ticked off the box. I was like, what is that? But I didn't realize it was for this. The way I don't even know the achievement names that I set for myself at the beginning of this video. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened in this match. Let's just move on, bro. Let's just move on. At this point, we're about 4 matches in, and I had finally brought add-ons, bro. I hadn't brought them before. I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. The ones I had decided to bring in were the loot bag and Bonnie's guitar strings because I had heard they were good. Not sure why I was using Bonnie's guitar strings and surveillance at the same time. I mean, they don't really work that well together, I would assume. I honestly don't even think I knew what Bonnie's guitar strings did. The sables were clearly an SVF. They honestly threw when they kept lurking while the other one was being chased by me, or they were trying to save each other by lurking and stalking and trying to take hits. It wasn't working for them. Just like in the previous match, we had a survivor who killed themselves on hook very early on. We were at 4 gens and the Jay killed himself, bro. What the fuck? Laura was the only one even caring or trying to do gens, so she didn't really stand a chance. I knew exactly which gen she was at and when she was at them. She did the same pathing. It wasn't very hard to catch her, to be honest. Jake's killing himself, I think. One of the Sables and the Laura ended up also dying shortly after. I caught the Sable and the match ended in a 4K. Unfortunately for me and the goals and the challenges side of this video, I had actually changed off Adept for the first time. So this didn't count as Adept, unfortunately. I'll try this build like one more time because I switched out my Adept to a generic one that like focus on gens because this killer doesn't have anything in his base kit to counter gens. I just want to redact that statement because he does have something to counter gens and they're called security doors. Before we continue on to the next match, I want to look at our goals for a second. I want to see if we've done anything, what we need to do, just refresh our mind for a second. Goal number 1 is to get the Adept achievement. This one I have not done yet. It's proven to be just a little bit harder than I initially expected. Goal number 2 is to get the jump scare achievement, where the goal is to interrupt 15 survivors in security office. This one seems to be very hard, I think. Survivors don't really use the security office that much, or the security doors. I've done it one time though, to be honest, with the baby Leon, but I think he just thought he was untouchable in there. Hello? Does he not know that? Goal number 3 is to get the None the Wiser achievement. This one I've obviously done. It wasn't very hard because the survivors are kind of always oblivious. And last but not least is number 4, get a negative comment on my profile. Now this one is not serious. I just want to preface this one more time. I don't promote negativity or toxicity. It's enough of it in this game. If I wanted to promote it, I would go on Twitter and do it. Now that we have all of that out of the way, let's try a new match and see if we can get any of this done. For the next couple of matches, all I was getting was 1Ks or 2Ks. Oh my god. No! Oh my god, I should have grabbed. Yeah, he left. Okay. Off camera, I had actually edited my build, so I wasn't using the asteour genetic build anymore. I was using my own, and it was not working. I decided I need to change the build, but I wasn't sure what to change it as. But at the perfect time, Hens uploaded a new video where there was a Springtrap playing, and he had a build that looked very interesting, so I decided to try it. Our perks are Hex Blood Favor. Injuring a survivor will call upon the entity to block pallets from being pulled down within a 32-meter radius of the survivor located for 15 seconds. Hex Retribution. Any survivor interacting with a dull totem or a hex totem will suffer from the oblivious status effect for 60 seconds. If any hex totem is removed, including this one, the auras of all survivors are veiled for 20 seconds. Hex Undying. When another hex totem would be cleansed, that totem's hex transfers to the Hex Undying totem, deactivating Hex Undying. And then Ruin. All generators are affected by Hex Ruin. While a generator is not being repaired by a survivor, it will immediately and automatically regress to repair speed at 100% of the normal regression speed. So this is a full Hex build, which I've never done before, much less on this killer, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I did also not bring a pie. They're gonna tunnel me. The survivors are gonna tunnel me. Also, it is the anniversary right now, which shows how long this is taking me to finish. This is also my first game on in a minute, because I really just have not been feeling DVD. Okay, that's auto aim right there. Let me get you. That's a very early first kill out of a door, I think.
You belong.
Oh, I'm lagging. Oh shit, okay. Do I get her now? I do, nice. I really needed that. That makes 3 out of 15. What the fuck? Is it toxic if I go straight there? I don't know. I'm not being friendly today. Hello? Yeah, alright. That was kind of not very good. Yeah. Beginner's luck. What the fuck was this? Alright, that was a fucking 2-minute game, by the way. Okay, so I have been playing a few matches at this point with this build. It's good. Like, it's not bad. But a lot of these survivors know to cleanse. Oh, nice hit. Chase is lasting a little bit longer than I wanted to. Okay. Really thought I was gonna hit that. Oh, I got it. Nice. Oh, I'm lagging a little bit, I think. Okay. Oh. I really don't feel like slugging, but okay. Because they got dildo lingo up. My friend told me that that means lick it, so dildo lick it? I don't know. Okay, they're not doing gens. For some reason, they're not even touching them. Never mind. Oh, nice. I hit. It's kind of unpredictable. Sometimes I hit, sometimes I don't. Wish she went in, but... Okay. Oh, he DC'd. But she's sick of us. Oh! What? It switched last second. I thought that was grab. There's David. That's the bot, by the way, who has wall hacks and looping hacks. But I have hacks too? I'm joking. I don't. Don't cancel me. I don't have hacks. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Okay. I might tunnel, yeah. I'm gonna let him bleed. I won't get this guy if I don't. Wait, that's Hatch. Right there. So at this point of the video, I found myself getting a little stuck. I wasn't really progressing any further by myself, and I felt like I'd hit a dead end. While I was waiting in the lobby for a new game, William Afton himself told me off, bro. That's how bad it was.
If you're gonna control me in this game, then learn how to goddamn play it, damn it!
But like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, the only way you're gonna learn in this game is to watch YouTube and Twitch. So that's exactly what I did. I went over on YouTube, looked up how to play Springtrap and Dead by Daylight, and watched pretty much anything I could find at that point. Thankfully, I got lots of useful information. Some things were new, some things I was already doing, and some things I was doing, but I was doing them wrong and I was killing my own potential by doing it. But I'll come back to that one. The first tip I got was from Inferno Heat. He said that Springtrap moves at a 4.4 meters per second, which is slower than the killer's average. When he does not have the axe equipped, however, he moves at a 4.6 meters per second, which is the killer average. This is what I meant by doing it, but doing it wrong. I used to spam the control button to get my axe back after a throw, and maybe that isn't the thing you should be doing then. The second tip was that if you're inside a security door, you can still hear what's going on around you as the killer. You can hear the survivors running past, whether they're injured or not, and this is a good way to fake or bait them to come back. A good survivor will realize that you're faking because the screen will flicker still, but this next video from Stalked taught me that Bloodlust resets after every axe throw, even the ones that fail. So there's really no point in holding your axe up unless you're ready to throw it. The second tip is that if you hit a door with your axe, you disable it. The survivors can't teleport through it, neither can you. It can be helpful, but it's very, very short. The only way I see it working is if you're trying to block someone from getting the save or getting through the exit gate or revealing you on the cameras or something like that, but still it's very short. Last but not least are the tips I got from Kaido. He said that if you're inside the security door and you hear a beep, look for a yellow door. In that yellow door, there's a survivor looking through the cameras, and if you go there, you can grab them. Hopefully these 5 tips will make the next 5 hours of my life a little bit easier. I'm really struggling against better survivors, so hopefully this will help me a little bit along the way. Super early into this match, I realized that we had at least one duo in the lobby because the Ace and Aurora had matching names. It wasn't really that hard spot, but not much later, I realized that they were a full man SVF. I thought to myself, where would I go if I were a survivor? And I thought immediately I would go to main, because main always has a gen. It's super easy to find. To main, found someone a gen, got him downed, got him on a hook, but unfortunately the gen behind me popped very quickly after. With help from Bonnie's guitar string that I was now using properly, I saw that this gen had a lot of progress, but there was no one there. It was regressing. I knew somebody had to be close. Nobody leaves a gen half finished with a ruin to regress it unless they know you're coming. And of course, like I expected, Ace was there. He was kind of camping a loop though, I would say, so I realized that he was probably a little bit more confident in his looping than the other ones. He might have wanted me to chase him so that I could chase him and leave the other ones alone to finish gens because they were probably a little bit newer, especially Aurora. I wasn't getting him down quickly enough though for my liking, so I decided to leave him. Because of the add-on I brought, Bonnie's guitar string, I knew exactly where to go based off of gen progression. But of course, the only survivor I found once again was Ace. And that's when I realized they had gotten my ruin, girl. They got it. Seeing as I now had to start doing it myself, I kicked the generator and I found Kay hiding close by. Thankfully for me, I think I was pretty correct in my prediction earlier. I think Ace is probably the best looper here. At least Sorella and Kate were not that good, and Kate went down pretty quickly, to be honest. Sorry, Kate, sorry. Anyways, I moved on to Ace, who was also close by. He had been healed in the meantime as I was hooking Kate, and Aurora got Kate off the hook while I was chasing Ace. It's all a loop, bro. All a loop. It's a paradox. I hit the Kate, but I decided I didn't want to tunnel, at least yet, and I went over to the Aurora. Not even 4 seconds, bro. 1 second into the chase, I realized that Aurora was probably a newer sort into this game, and I wanted her out. I needed the pressure. There was 2 gens, bro. I needed the pressure. You can't blame me. Another factor that made me realize that Aurora was newer was the fact that Ace, who was clearly her duo, kept trying to distract me off of her, even though she had no hook. She wasn't about to die, bro. She wasn't getting tunneled. She wasn't dead. She's good. Because of his distraction, I did lose her, and I had to find someone else. And would you look at that? I found someone, and remember this Soma's name, bro. Remember it. You're gonna want to remember it. Soma tried leading me to Shaq, but I decided to let him go. We were too far away from every other gen. I was getting nowhere by chasing this guy, so I left him to do some gen patrolling instead. And would you look at that? Our day 1 up, Ace Visconti is back on the gen. And of course, his e-girlfriend, Aurora, is right behind him, bro. And Kate jumped into a security door for some reason. I don't know why, but I managed to grab her, which is good for my achievement, of course. So, thank you. In the blink of an eye, I felt like Wanda Maximoff. I had nothing left. All my hexes were cleansed and I only had 20 seconds of hex retribution left, letting me see the auras of all survivors with 20 seconds. Like I mentioned, I needed the pressure of somebody dead, and Aurora seemed like an easy target to me. I'm sorry, I said it. At this point, I was just going back and forth between gens, and I knew that this one had the most progress because of Bonnie's guitar string. I found all 4 survivors in the same exact spot. I feel like it was very obvious I had Bonnie's guitar string. I don't know why they would be at the gen with the most progress all together. Anyway, I decided to go for the Aurora. There was really no thought behind this. I wasn't trying to tunnel, nor do I think this is tunneling. In my opinion on that, if you're a survivor and you've gotten off the hook and you've been healed, you're no longer a person who can be tunneled. You're no longer tunnelable, bro. And honestly, same if you've gotten off the hook and I see it, but I leave you alone and then you're in my face 5 seconds later. That's no longer tunneling, man. If you don't have endurance, it's not tunneling. Unless I've waited out your endurance, it's not tunneling. I would also just like to say that I think my point about Aurora being a newer player has been proven now. Both Soma and Ace were trying to take hits and flashlight me for her. I don't know why. She would be good. You have 2 gens left. Go do them and you'll get out. Anyway, Soma went down for this. I mean, karma, girl, karma. You'll see later. As you can see, me and Aurora got back into it, and I don't know why, but Ace kept playing Bouncer Visconti, Captain Save-A-Ho. I don't know, whatever you prefer.
Oh!
The only reason I slugged her was because I saw that Soma came running and he had a flashlight, and I knew that this type of lobby were the people who would teabag the hell out of you because they got a save. Like one save, 5 gens, they would teabag you. I don't care. They all got back up, but thankfully I managed to catch Ace right after. Unfortunately, a gen popped in that meantime. I went over to the gym with the most progress and I caught Aurella lacking literally 2 seconds after. Unfortunately, she had boil over and I wasn't gonna make it anywhere with Soma up my ass trying to get her off of me. I went for him instead, and yes, I caught him lacking 2 seconds after too because this guy is not a good looper. I'm sorry. With Soma dead and Ace on the hook, I opened the exit gate. Honestly, I was over this match. It wasn't fun for me at all. Opening the exit gate would also potentially create some pressure on the survivors. They could think I had Blood Warden and be scared to even try to go at the exit gate before healing. If they healed, I would have some time to maybe catch one of them, but ultimately I just wanted to get out the game myself. One of my goals in the beginning of the video was getting a -5 comment on my profile. Something negative, something that said like noob or tunneler or you're bad, get off the game, asteour, get better, whatever, something like that. After this game, I decided I wanted to check. Turns out I got one. So this is a Spanish comment and I'm not Spanish. This is what it says translated, so it's roughly, but this is what it said. Shitty ass tunneler failed. As you are a woman, I recommend that you clean your house that smells like moist. Oh. My only message to this person is, seriously, that's it? And also, I checked their profiles. They were a full-man SVF squad and they were clearly in a friendship group as well. Although 2 of them were clearly a little bit more... Anyway, one of them were actually a girl, and I would just like to say to that person that if you're letting the men around you speak to other women like that, then you're actually a loser. The way they talk about me to my face, they're talking that way about you behind your back. Just saying, the second you do something that they don't like, they're gonna talk exactly like that to you too. Ho. So for this match, I was met immediately by a stalking Sable who knew I was gonna come out of the door. I think she wanted me to be friendly, and at first I was like, you know what? If you guys, I don't want to be friendly. We're 2 seconds into the match. 5 gens are still up. It needs to be popped. I don't want to be friendly. But then I was like, you know what? I could do this to help myself out a little bit. I could do that. Get him. I thought to myself, what's the hardest achievement? What's the hardest goal that I'm trying to get here? And I got to work, girl. I got to work. I need the achievement, Sable. Go in there. Thankfully, the Sable understood. Thank God for her. And yeah, I got it. And this went on for a long ass time until I got the achievement. At this point, all I had left was Adept, and I had played a lot of matches off camera with my Adept build, but I wasn't getting anywhere. I had gotten Billy's Adept faster than this, and I cannot play Billy. You can literally see the pain in my first person body, bro. You can see how bad I was struggling. I shook my head at these survivors and I looked down. I tried to look sad to gain some sympathy points. They were still bullying me, and the only one who understood my pain was Steve, which, it's Steve. You can't expect that from that. Anyways, I ended up being friendly and I stopped recording. I was honestly starting to lose hope for this Adept challenge. That was until this next match. Fucking hate this map. So then there was this stupid ass Adept achievement that I was getting nowhere with. I'm not gonna lie, it felt like I was right back where I started. I was either getting 4-man outs or 3Ks and 1 half escape. It was getting increasingly frustrating by the second, and I think my own frustration was honestly getting in the way of me getting this done at all. And in this match, I wasn't getting the initial hits or downs as fast as I wanted to. I wanted to play the gens super aggressively to prevent them from finishing them with help from bonus guitar strings. Again, they did gens incredibly fast. They were clearly a 4-man SVF, I would say. As you can see, with 1 gen left, I realized that the game was over for me. I could try to go for 1 kill, but I had realized early in the game, like I said, that they were a full man SVS squad, so a potential endgame camping situation would probably not work in my favor. Either way, there was no way I would get my Adept. I'll be so very truthful and say that at this point, I was standing still looking sad, trying to gain sympathy points from the survivors. I thought I wasn't gonna use this match in the video because honestly, it was over in a second. But I didn't do it though to get anything. I just didn't want them to be toxic in endgame. It's something that just irks me the wrong way and I would rather avoid it, to be honest. But This worked in my favor a lot more than I had expected it to. They gave me free hooks, which is where I thought it would end. I thought they would give me some free hooks so I would get points, and then they would escape so they would get points. This was the anniversary event, and who the hell would say no to some extra bullet points, you know? Not me. To my surprise, they just let me do it again and again and again. The only thing I had to do in return was let them stun me again and again and again and again. One by one, they let me kill them. I don't know why, but the girls started fighting as well.
Get him up, let him get up, let him get up, let him get up.
So thanks to these 4 survivors, I got my very last challenge for this video. I was so excited, you can hear it in my voice.
Well, thank you guys.
That meant that all my goals for this video had been finished. I had gotten my Adept achievement, I had gotten the Jump Scare achievement, I had gotten the None the Wiser achievement, and I had also gotten the negative comments on my profile. By doing all of these goals, I have successfully finished this challenge that I made for myself. To end the video, I will show you my very last match on Springtrap. Well, it's not my last because I do stream over on Twitch. If you want to see how I play other killers, you can go over there. Follow me over there. Okay, our very last game for our 10-hour Springtrap challenge. I saw someone running here. Yep. Oh, okay. That's a hit though. Okay, bitch. I'm gonna act nonchalant as fuck over that one. Oh my god. Like, yeah, typical, like, could have been better. Somebody left. Imagine. I don't think there's any flashlights in this lobby either. Oh my god. I'm a one-hit wonder. Got her. Trying to... deny her the pallet is what I meant. I wanted to deny her the pallet by doing that. I'm lagging a bit, I think. Smarter, they realize that you can hear me coming. Imagine that. Also, one thing is, like, I don't always hit my shots, but I do try to go for them. I try to go for short range, but also long range shots. That is something I also didn't do in the beginning of this video, so I'm proud of that. And I do hit a lot of good ones. Apparently, not in this video, but I do hit a lot of crazy ones on Twitch. You should follow me over there. Also, I was tipped by a lot of people not to just hold up my axe, but I do find that I like holding it up and just being patient a little bit more. I'm trying to go for those long range shots because I know I can do them. I don't know why they're not really landing here. I don't think that's an awful last game though. I still think it was like a good, like I got a few good shots. See, I can kind of show you guys that I'm getting a little bit more confident and just trying to hit those long shots because it's kind of intimidating, I won't lie. Yeah, thank you. Not every game can be a 4K. I'm a little sad that, you know, I can't really show off everything I learned in this last match because I just got unlucky, I guess. But I had a lot of fun and I did learn a lot of stuff. And I had 10 hours worth of matches. I can't really show everything, but I just wanted to show this very last match. The best way to see what I've learned is over on Twitch. If you want to follow me there, it's the same username. So yeah.